It started with a quiet ache. George, a 62-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio, thought it was just another stomach bug. A little bloating after meals, a dull pain in his back. Nothing serious, he told himself. But weeks passed. The discomfort didn't go away, it grew. One day, he noticed his skin looking slightly yellow. His wife, Linda, insisted he see a doctor. What George thought was indigestion turned out to be the beginning of a nightmare. He was diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer. The doctor's words were clear. There's no single cause, but your diet may have played a big part. What George didn't realize was that some of the everyday foods he enjoyed, foods millions of us eat, were quietly damaging his pancreas for years. And that damage might have led to his cancer. Today, we're going to reveal the 10 most dangerous foods for your pancreas, especially if you care about protecting yourself from inflammation, pancreatitis, and even pancreatic cancer. Stay with us to the end because the last food on this list is something many people believe is healthy, but the science says otherwise. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel. And at the end, if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment if you'd like. That support will help our channel grow and allow more cool videos like this one to be made. Number 1. Processed meats. Let's start with the obvious one, processed meats. Bacon, sausage, hot dogs, ham, salami. Delicious? Sure, but also dangerous. Studies have shown that processed meats are loaded with nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that can turn into cancer-causing compounds in the body. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning there's strong evidence they cause cancer in humans. For the pancreas, it's even more troubling. A large study in the journal BMC Medicine found that people who regularly ate processed meats had a 67% higher risk of pancreatic cancer. George? He ate bacon and eggs almost every morning for 2 decades. Coincidence? Maybe, but the numbers speak for themselves. Number 2. Sugar-sweetened beverages. Next up, sugar-sweetened beverages, sodas, fruit punches, sweet teas, and energy drinks. These drinks are metabolic bombs. Each contains up to 10 teaspoons of sugar, instantly flooding your system with glucose. Your pancreas? It works overtime, pumping out insulin to deal with the sugar spike. Over time, this leads to insulin resistance, fatty pancreas, and chronic inflammation, all known risk factors for pancreatic cancer. One Harvard study found that drinking just 2 sugary drinks a week was linked to a doubled risk of pancreatic cancer. It might seem like just a can of cola, but to your pancreas, it's a ticking time bomb. Number 3, fried foods. Fried foods, crispy, golden, irresistible. But every bite is full of trans fats, oxidized oils, and acrylamide, compounds that form when starchy foods are cooked at high temperatures. These compounds are inflammatory, especially to the pancreas. One study in cancer epidemiology found that people who frequently ate fried foods had significantly higher rates of pancreatic cancer. But it's not just the cancer risk. Fried foods can also trigger acute pancreatitis, a painful inflammation that can land you in the ER. Linda, George's wife, recalled how they used to love drive-thru fried chicken. It was their Friday night treat. Now, she wonders if it was more like a slow poison. Number 4, excessive alcohol. We all know alcohol isn't exactly healthy, but for the pancreas, it's particularly brutal. Heavy drinking is one of the leading causes of pancreatitis, both acute and chronic. Chronic inflammation eventually causes scarring, and that scarring is a major risk factor for pancreatic cancer. And here's the kicker. You don't have to be an alcoholic. Even moderate drinking over time, say 1 to 2 drinks a day, can increase your risk, especially when combined with a poor diet and smoking. George used to enjoy a cold beer every night with dinner. Nothing excessive, But again, small habits add up, and sometimes they add up to something devastating. Number 5, red meat, especially grilled or charred. Red meat on its own, especially in large amounts, has been linked to an increased risk of several types of cancer, including pancreatic cancer. But grilling or charring it? That's a double whammy. Why? Because when meat is cooked at high temperatures, it forms heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, both known carcinogens. Your pancreas gets exposed to these harmful compounds during digestion, and the damage can be long-term. George loved a good barbecue. Steaks, burgers, hot dogs, well done. Every time. It was tradition. But science shows that tradition might come at a cost. Number 6, artificial sweeteners, especially aspartame. You might think switching to diet soda or sugar-free treats is the healthy choice. But many artificial sweeteners, especially aspartame, have been linked to pancreatic stress and even insulin confusion in the body. Animal studies have shown that long-term exposure to artificial sweeteners can increase inflammation in the pancreas. One study even linked high intake of diet sodas to greater risk of metabolic syndrome, which includes high blood sugar, obesity, and insulin resistance, all of which raise your pancreatic cancer risk. Linda always bought sugar-free yogurt for George, thinking it was better. But sometimes the fake stuff can be worse than the real thing. Number 7, refined carbohydrates. White bread, white rice, pasta, pastries. These are all refined carbs, stripped of fiber, nutrients, and turned into pure sugar in your bloodstream. They spike insulin. They cause blood sugar crashes, and over time they wear out the pancreas. It's like forcing your car to drive at full throttle all day. Eventually, something breaks. One large study found that diets high in refined carbs were strongly associated with increased pancreatic cancer risk, especially when paired with low fiber intake. George loved spaghetti dinners, toast in the morning, cookies after lunch. Again, it seemed innocent. Until it wasn't. Number 8, hydrogenated oils, trans fats. Trans fats, once common in margarines, baked goods, and snack foods, are some of the most inflammatory substances you can eat. Although banned in many countries, they still appear in some packaged products. They raise bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and have been linked to increased inflammation in the pancreas. They also contribute to insulin resistance, another pathway to pancreatic stress and cancer. Check the label. If you see partially hydrogenated oils, then put it back. Your pancreas will thank you. Number 9, dairy, especially high-fat dairy. Now, this one might surprise you. Some research has linked high intake of full-fat dairy products, like cream, butter, and certain cheeses, to an increased risk of pancreatic cancer. One theory is that saturated fats and certain hormones in dairy may stimulate inflammation and oxidative stress in the pancreas. Others believe the connection may be due to insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1, which is present in dairy and known to promote cancer cell growth. Now, this doesn't mean all dairy is evil, but if you're eating creamy ice cream, cheese-laden pasta, and buttery desserts daily, it's worth rethinking. Number 10, healthy fruit juices. Wait, fruit juice? Isn't that healthy? That's what George believed too. He drank orange juice every morning, thinking it was doing his body good. But most store-bought fruit juices are stripped of fiber and loaded with natural sugars, sometimes as much as a soda. That means another insulin spike, another hit to the pancreas. And over time, all those spikes can lead to type 2 diabetes, a major risk factor for pancreatic cancer. Whole fruit is fine, but fruit juice, not so much. George passed away just 14 months after his diagnosis. Linda now shares his story and hopes that others will make better choices before it's too late. Because here's the truth, your pancreas is silent. It doesn't scream. It doesn't beg. It just breaks. Until one day you get the news no one wants to hear, but it doesn't have to end that way. Final thoughts. You have the power to protect your pancreas. By avoiding these 10 dangerous foods and embracing a diet rich in whole, anti-inflammatory, fiber-rich foods, you can lower your risk not just of pancreatic cancer, but of many chronic diseases. Small changes, big difference. Your pancreas deserves better. Your life deserves better, so start today. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-saving health content every week. Your health is your greatest wealth. Until next time, take care of your body, especially the parts you can't see.